the untold stories of the pharaohs of Egypt, behind the thrones of immortality. To the world, they were gods on earth, immaculate figures cast in gold, rulers of the Nile, builders of eternal tombs. But behind the statues and hieroglyphs, behind the meticulously preserved bodies in royal tombs, the pharaohs of Egypt were also men and women of ambition, contradiction, and destiny. Their lives were more than just reigns, they were dramas filled with power struggles, mystical visions, betrayal, obsession, and divine burden. The tale of Egypt's pharaohs spans over 3 millennia, from the formation of the first unified kingdom around 3100 BCE to the death of Cleopatra VII in 30 BCE. Yet many of their most compelling, human stories remain shrouded in silence, overshadowed by myth or edited by time. Let us walk beneath the surface of grandeur, into the corridors of palace whispers and divine anxieties, and uncover the untold stories of Egypt's pharaohs. 1. Nama, the Shadow Unifier. At the very dawn of pharaonic Egypt stood Nama, also identified as Mens, the figure credited with the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt around 3100 BCE. His famous Nama palette shows him smiting enemies and wearing the double crown of a united kingdom. But the real untold story lies in the violence and vision of that moment. Egypt was not simply unified, it was conquered. Nama may have ruled through fear and fire, enforcing order on a fractured land. His rule introduced not just kingship, but the ideology of divine violence, the pharaoh as the smiter of chaos, as the earthly arm of Ma'at, cosmic balance. What were the costs of unification? How many rival clans were erased? How many names lost? The silence of archaeology is filled with graves that whisper of the cost of that first crown. 2. Dosa and the architect who challenged the gods. Pharaoh Dosa, circa 2670 BCE, is remembered as the first king of the Third Dynasty and the one who commissioned Imhotep, his brilliant vizier, to build the Step Pyramid of Saqqara, the first monumental stone building in human history. Yet behind that architectural marvel lies the untold tale of a visionary mind, Imhotep, who rose from commoner status to deified sage. Dosa's deep reliance on Imhotep shows a pharaoh who trusted intellect more than inheritance. Their bond may have been one of deep spiritual partnership. Imhotep wasn't just an engineer, he was a priest, healer, astronomer, and keeper of secrets. This was perhaps the first time an Egyptian king outsourced eternity, not to priests, but to genius. 3. Hatshepsut, the pharaoh who rewrote gender and power. She wore the false beard of kingship, sat on the throne of her stepson, and rewrote her own history.